Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for being here with me today and sharing this practice with me. We are going to be working through a very slow, very soft yoga flow designed to help you reconnect to self, come back to your body and gift yourself a little bit of love. So be perfect for the days where you might be feeling a little stagnant, a little bit low vibe, maybe you are picking out flaws within yourself. So hopefully this practice can guide you back to self and help you feel a little grounded and help you feel a little bit more loved. We are going to begin seated, so find a comfortable seat. If you would like to add any blocks underneath you to create a bit more space, you're more than welcome to do that. And just come down whenever you are ready. Allow the hands to rest either on the knees or in the lap, and take a few moments to center yourself within this moment. And we can do that by deepening ever so slightly through the breath. Maybe just observing the inhale and the exhale. And perhaps becoming aware of how the physical body is feeling within this moment. Breathing into any tension. Maybe you begin to observe how the emotional body's feeling today. Perhaps the energetic body. So taking this time to check in with all of the layers that create you as a whole. And from here we will begin to introduce some movement. Let's take a big inhale, reaching the arms up. As we exhale, bring the left hand to the right knee and just reaching those right fingertips towards the back of your space. Palm facing out. Finding softness here through the hand that's resting on the knee. Breathing into your twist. And then we inhale back through center, reaching the arms up. And exhale to the other side. So right hand to the left knee, left hand reaching towards the back of your space. And we inhale to reach the arms back through center. And as we exhale, taking the fingertips behind you, bring them down to the earth, lift the chest, lift the eye line. Breathe deeply here, filling the body up. And then we exhale to release. Slowly take yourself to your tabletop position. Taking a big breath in here, and as you exhale, sink the hips back to the heels, reach through the fingertips, forehead coming to rest on the mat. And you can stay exactly where you are, or if you're looking for a more active approach, you can bring your fingertips to the earth, palms away from the ground, elbows lift. Finding a slightly deeper stretch through the upper back and the shoulders. If the elbows are lifted, gently release them, and we will take the left hand through and underneath the right arm, coming to rest on that left shoulder. Finding again an opening through the upper back and the shoulder. And as we do take a slower approach today, observing where the mind goes in moments of stillness. If it wanders off into the future or steps back into the past, see if we can guide it to the present moment. Maybe we can do that by focusing on the breath, existing here and now. With your next inhale, bringing that left hand back through, reaching to the top of the mat. And then when you are ready, taking yourself to the other side, reaching the right hand through and underneath the left arm, coming to rest on the shoulder. And with your next inhale, bringing yourself back through center, reaching both of the arms forwards one last time. And then slowly guide yourself up, finding your tabletop position once again. This time curling the toes under and guiding the hip points up, downward facing dog. And we can find a bit of movement here if it feels good, pedaling out through those feet, pressing into one heel, pressing into the other heel, observing the sensations through the body. And then slowly bring yourself to stillness, eye line to the top of the mat, taking a few slow steps to the top, finding your standing forward fold, releasing fully over the legs. And to go a little deeper, maybe taking opposite hand to elbow, finding your ragdoll pose. Perhaps we nod the head a little here or shake it left to right. Tension releasing off of the shoulders with each cycle of breath. Allow it to fall away from you as you create a little more space for yourself within this moment. And then releasing the hands back towards the earth, ground down through the soles of those feet and take a slow, slow roll up to standing to your mountain pose. We will not be here for very long. Inhale, roll the shoulders up. Exhale, bring them back and down. Pause in your mountain pose. Maybe closing the eyes. And then bringing the hands to rest over the space of your heart. Observing the flow of energy beneath the palms. Once again, tapping into any emotions that are beginning to bubble to the surface, and instead of frantically pushing them away, allow them to be present here with you. Allow yourself to be held. Take one more breath here, breathing into the hands, breathing into the space of the heart. And with your next inhale, we reach the arms up and over, palms meet overhead. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to release. Plant the hands down, step back with the right foot. Lower the knee to the earth, uncurling the back toes. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, open the arms out to either side. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, twisting to the left side of the mat, reaching those fingertips towards the front and the back as we find length through the spine. And then releasing the right hand down to the mat, reach the left fingertips towards the sky. Take 2 circles here with the left arm, reaching back, down and forwards. Taking one more circle. And then bringing the arm to frame the front foot, or the hand to frame the front foot. Walking the hands around to the right long side of the mat as we pivot on the right knee. Coming into our gate pose. Swim the fingertips to the back of the mat, reach the left fingertips up and over. Breathe into the side body. Hold yourself within this moment, noticing tension being held within the muscles. And then with your next exhale, walking the fingertips back the way we came, pivoting on the right knee as we frame the front foot with the hands. Lift the back knee up, step to your high plank. And lift the hip points up, downward facing dog. Big breath in here, full exhale out. Eye line to the top of the mat, and again, slow walk to your standing forward fold. Root to rise, we inhale to reach the arms up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart space. Inhale, taking the palms to the sky. Exhale to dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold and step back with the left foot this time, lowering the knee down to the earth. Inhale to reach the arms up. Exhale to open the arms out to either side. Inhale, reaching the arms up. As we exhale, coming into our twist to the right side this time. Reaching from fingertip to fingertip. And then exhale, left hand coming into the inside of the right foot. Right fingertips reach up. We find those two circles on the right side this time, reaching the hand back, down and round. Taking one more circle. And then bringing the hand to frame the front foot once again. And now walking the hands to the left long side of the mat, pivoting on the left knee, very gently extending the right leg out to the side, and then sweeping the left fingertips to the back of the mat, reach the right arm up and over. Once again, finding that lovely stretch through the side body, remaining connected through our center channel. Take one more inhale, and then as you exhale, going back the way we came, slowly walking those fingers round, coming back to our low lunge. Stepping the right foot back to meet the left. Exhale, finding extended child's pose by sinking the hips back, forehead down to the earth. Taking one more breath cycle here. And then slowly, using the hands to guide you, we're going to lift ourselves up to sit on the heels. And if this is uncomfortable for any reason, you can come to the seated position that we started today's practice with. And allowing yourself a moment here to create a little bit of space for your belly. Now, of course, if this isn't comfortable, for any reason, if it brings up heavy emotions for you, then simply stick to having the hands resting on the thighs. Otherwise, bring the hands to the lower belly and allow yourself to fully let go here. So often we walk around sucking in, shrinking ourselves down, wanting to appear smaller and palatable. So even if it's just these next few moments, Give yourself a little bit of time to breathe into your belly, to explore how it feels to embrace yourself. Lean into discomfort and uncertainty and know that you are safe within this moment. Take one more breath here. And then we'll begin to find some movement. Inhale to reach the arms up. Exhale, opening the arms out to either side, finding that opening through your chest. Taking a big breath in. As you exhale, rounding through the spine, just like your cat-cow. Wrap the arms around you. Inhale to lift and open, spreading the arms out, opening through the space of the heart. Exhale to embrace yourself. Continuing through this movement, inhaling to open, exhaling into that big hug, and making it as fluid as you can, imagining the body, the spine, moving through water. Taking 2 more rounds here. Inhaling to lift and open. Exhaling into your hug. Hold here, wrapping the fingertips around you as much as you can. Tucking the chin. Breathe into yourself. Observe how you are feeling. Meet yourself in this moment. And then we inhale to lift back up, hands coming in front of us to our tabletop position. Maybe take a moment here to tap out through the feet, that blood supply back to the legs. And then we'll take a big breath in. Extend the right leg behind you, lifting away from the mat. And as you exhale, coming into pigeon pose. So right knee coming to the right wrist and bringing the right ankle to the left wrist. Big opening here for the hip. And if it is uncomfortable, if you need a little more support or a softer approach, lying down on your back instead, crossing the right ankle over the left thigh. Maybe taking the hands between the gap and holding onto the left leg. Arriving with ease. If you're in your pigeon pose, you're going to find a little movement here. Hands coming to the outer edges of your mat. Inhale, lift the chest. On the exhale, begin to roll forwards with the chest. Inhale to guide yourself back up. Exhaling to cascade down. And again, finding fluid movement here. Inhaling to lift. Exhaling to lower. Take one more. Inhale. And this time as you exhale, you can fold forwards and hold here, taking the hands underneath the forehead, releasing over the leg. Just finding a level that works for you. So being very aware of how the body's feeling in this moment, how the hip is feeling, what it's asking for. And we settle into the breath. Observing the thought patterns that may be with us in this practice. maybe we can begin to release a little. Release those thoughts that are no longer serving you, the ones that make you feel a little heavy, a little stagnant. See if you can breathe into them. Fill them up with love. And as you exhale, let them go. Taking one more loving breath cycle here. And if you are folded over the leg, gently guide yourself up. We are going to move into deer pose. So that front leg is staying pretty much where it is at the moment. We're going to begin to bend through this left knee and have the left shin coming to the long side of the mat. So if I turn around to face you, it will look something like this. I'm aware that I'm wearing black leggings. It probably wasn't the best choice. So we have our right leg out in front of us, looking for a nice triangle here with the knee, and the same on the left leg. It's out to the side, looking for that 90 triangle. And then we can bring the hands behind us and rest back. Finding that opening in the left hip, the outside of the thigh. And once you arrive here, you can close the eyes or soften the gaze. Taking one more breath where you are. And then begin to lift off of the hands, bringing them back in front of you. And we're just going to very mindfully bring ourselves back to our tabletop position so we can take that to the other side. Extending the left leg behind you, lifting up, and then guiding the left knee to the left wrist and the ankle towards the right wrist. And once you arrive in your pigeon pose, bring the hands to the outer edges of the mat. And once again, you can find reclined pigeon, lying down on your back, crossing the left ankle over the right thigh. Inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale, leading with the chest, we fold forwards. Inhaling to lift, finding your fluid movement here. Exhaling to fold. Inhaling to lift. Exhaling to fold forwards, taking one more round. And as you exhale this time, maybe we fold all the way over the leg. Maybe we stay lifted on the hands. Maybe we find something in between. Settling in for a few moments here as we guide awareness back to our breath and our physical being. Taking one more breath cycle. to slowly lift ourselves up if we were folded over. And finding deer pose on the other side, so begin to slide the right knee up in line with the hip, making any adjustments, shuffling around as needed, and then bringing the hands behind us, beginning to find the stretch through the right hip. And going within your own limits for this practice. Avoid forcefulness, avoid pushing into positions that aren't quite working for you. And that goes for any practice, right? You don't need to ever force or push beyond your ability. Softening through each breath cycle. And when you are ready to begin to lift up off of the hands, guiding yourself. And this time we're going to come into a seated position, so just gently swinging the legs round in front of you. Hands can once again come to rest behind you. And then we're going to window wiper the legs side to side. Releasing through the hips, through the lower back. And then bringing yourself back to center. Inhale to reach the arms up. Exhale, open the arms out to either side. And then wrapping the arms around the legs, forehead coming towards the knees. Taking any pressure off of the upper back, the neck. And rolling up slowly from where you are, extending the legs out long, sitting up tall. Hands can come to rest by your side, finding length through the spine. Welcoming the sensations that run through you as we hold here for a few moments longer. To slide the soles of the feet in towards you and have the soles of the feet meet together, moving into cobbler's pose. And if you need to create some more space here, again you can bring blocks or a cushion underneath you to sit on. Now to begin with, hands can come to rest on the ankles or on the feet. Find length through the spine once again, and then begin to hinge from the hips, lead from the chest as we fold forwards. Now if there's any rounding through the back, lift yourself up a little taller. And then we can either stay exactly where we are or begin to release a little further. Now there's two options here. You can simply release from where you are. Forehead can come to rest in the hands, or you can just let go here. Hands can come to the earth. If you would like to, you can thread the arms underneath the legs and allow your head to grow heavy here. Palms facing up towards the sky. Letting go through the entire back body, through the head, the neck. And allow yourself to surrender. Allow yourself one more breath cycle here. And then begin to unravel yourself from your chosen position, lifting yourself up, extending the legs out long in front of you. And we will softly bring ourselves all the way down to lie on our mats, drawing the knees into the chest once you arrive. Begin to feel the upper back, the shoulder blades melting into the mat beneath you. All that remaining tension or stress releasing here. And then from where you are, lifting the head and shoulders up towards the knees. And if you would like, you can even take hold of the feet here, creating a small ball. Taking a couple of breaths. And then with your next exhale, release the legs out long. Arms can come down to our sides. We arrive in Shavasana. And again, asking yourself what will feel good in this moment, either keeping the arms out to either side, taking up all of that space. Or maybe we are looking for a little more connection and stability today. We can bring the hands to rest, maybe on the belly. Or perhaps one hand over the heart, one hand on the belly. Closing the eyes. Maybe snuggle those shoulder blades together underneath the heart space. As we begin to soften into the mat beneath us. Taking a moment here to think about all the wonderful things your body has done for you today. And if you have just woken up and you cannot think of anything, it can be as simple as your eyes opening and bringing yourself to your mat today. So when we talk about gratitude and looking for good things, it doesn't have to be something really outrageous and crazy. It can be super simple. Rolling out the mat, grabbing yourself a glass of water, all the ways your body looks after you, and also the ways you look after your body. Notice when I say that if the mind rushes off to think about all the things that you don't do for yourself, and see if we can guide it back, because there will always be things you do for yourself. There will always be goodness, even when you are feeling really, really awful. So start to search for the goodness. Start to search for the small amounts of love that you gift yourself. Maybe this practice is one of those things. Begin to soften through your breath. And once again, observing the physical body, how it's feeling after that loving movement. Observing the emotional body, the space you have created. And observing the energetic body. The sensations that run beneath the surface. Inhale deeply, and as you exhale, let yourself go. take a few quiet moments here. I'll call you back when it's time. Slowly begin to guide your awareness back to this physical space, to your physical being. You can begin to wiggle through the fingers and the toes, inviting back a connection to self. Maybe we take a big inhale, reach those arms up and overhead. Taking a full body stretch here, it should feel really good. And then guiding the knees into the chest. Pause here for a moment. And then gently rolling to your favourite side and just holding here. Taking a second to picture how you want to step into the rest of your day. How you wish to greet yourself as you come off of the mat and out of this practice. And then begin to guide yourself up to a seated position. Finding softness even here as the rest of the day is out in front of us. Avoid rushing off. Take a pause, maybe close the eyes. And then we'll begin to close our practice by taking a big inhale, reaching the arms up and over. Exhale, hands in front of the heart space. And maybe having the hands rest over the heart space just for a moment longer. Take a moment to thank yourself for showing up today, for taking this time for yourself. And we can softly bow the head towards the heart. The light within me honors the light within you. Thank you so much for joining me today in this practice. And I hope it has gifted you a little bit of love and a little bit of compassion for yourself. If you enjoyed this practice, be sure to subscribe and follow along. I do aim to get videos out once a week. And you can also find me over on Instagram and on my website, which is all linked down below. I offer one-to-one coaching for body image and for self-love, for reconnecting you back to self if you have been struggling. And lots of free stuff over on Instagram as well, so be sure to check that out. I'll be back very soon. Thank you once again.